this society are a society that's, you know, in language all the time. If you went to India, that wouldn't be true. You know, they're very much into introspection, reflection, quiet, and they very much access their limbic brain much more than we do. So this is a process to really, and that's why the colored paper, the pens, because that part of our brain controls our emotions. And our emotions don't have language. The reason we speak about emotions is because we feel something or experience something, and then we use the neocortex of our brain, the most developed part of the evolution of the brain. Well, not really, but the neocortex is where we have language. Okay. And so what we do is we feel something, and then we look for words. And you know how sometimes it's like, I can't quite get the word, or you say something and it's like, oh, but that doesn't really fit. Well, that's because what you're experiencing in your emotional body doesn't have the language, and you're looking in a place that you try to cross that gap. Okay. Color evokes emotion. No lines evokes, you know, freedom for the brain, and so that's why they're there. If you prefer to use lined paper,
Actually, I'm going to get rid of the lined paper because it's going to be good for me.
okay, good, yeah. Play with it. It's a day to play.
I don't know how to
And
do that.
remember, trust me, your lined paper will be waiting for you.
Oh yes, I'm sure it'll be filled up by tomorrow. With something
Yeah, no
else.
doubt about that. Okay, so here's what I'd like you to do first. Here's what I'd like to do first. I'd like you to introduce yourselves. And how I'd like you to introduce yourself is, I'd like you to say your name, and then I'd like to say, what do you want to leave here with today? You're not talking about what the process is, you're talking about what do you want to leave with? I know, like,
No. It's funny because I tried to not prepare for what I would leave with. I was trying to be open to what it was supposed to be. Because I'm a planner organizer, and I'm always trying to figure out what everything's supposed to be, and I figured that today would be
well,
the
you
day to
might
figure
think
that out.
about why did you come? And the why you came might give you a clue as to what you'd like to take away. I'm not saying you're gonna, I mean, I believe that if we, it is kind of a goal in a sense, but it'll also give you a lens through which you're gonna, you know, listen and think today. So we'll give you some time. Who's ready to? Yeah, go ahead.
Catherine Barron. Camaraderie.
Camaraderie. Okay, good.
I'll go. Jane Harvey, and I would like to get I would like to discover something new.
Discover something new. Okay, good.
Sarah Morris. I want a new way to look at things, my things.
Dale Dillon Lips. I'm curious to see if I discover another why that I'm not really conscious of.
Okay, good.
Linda Sparks. I think I am hoping to get a little bit more clarity about why I do some of the things I do, or want to do some of the things I want to do, so that I can make a better path for them.
Okay. Okay, great. So I'm going to say to you something that we don't usually think about it with the word responsibility. And I'm going to say that it's your responsibility to get today what you want to leave with. And the reason I say that is because I say that because responsibility is really power and freedom. When you recognize that you have the power and the freedom to get what you want today, then you have discovered a whole piece of the creation process. And that might include asking a question, that might include, you know, backing up saying, wait a minute, you know, or it might include saying whatever it is that you think would help you get what you want, all right? Does that all make sense to everybody? Makes sense to you, Jane? Okay. So it's kind of, I love the I discovered this definition years and years ago. And I grew up thinking responsibility was something heavy that you wore like a yoke. And there were these two big things hanging on you, and you bet that was responsibility, right?
Yeah.
I have since discovered that responsibility is really a whole place of freedom and power. If I say that I'm going to make this happen, that's really taking the responsibility, and that's how things really happen. Okay. Okay, great. All right. So, why? You know, why would there even be an interest in finding a why? What piques your curiosity about why?
Beginning. I was at a Doncaster